Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at WOJAK. Once more, helping understand best practice and big picture. Just kind of seeing what we're looking at here for this coin. I got a lot of requests for this while I was at the gym, so I figured I'd come home, figure it out with you, see what we can do to help out, of course. And if you're curious about this line here on the charts, that's basically a weekly candlestick close. So basically the first week, the price action closed below that. There's been multiple attempts, about 4 or 5 previous weeks that haven't closed above that level. Okay, so we got to recognize that's probably a key level we want to pay attention to. Coincidentally, it's also a previous month close as well, the highest month close we've seen until now. And just keep in mind, when I say now, we've literally got 27 days left in this month and roughly 5 or 6 trading days left in the week. Okay, so again, we are not in a position where we got to presume the price is going to continue higher or effectively utilize that level as a support until those weeks or days close. Okay, we got a little time, in other words, trying not to get ahead of ourselves. Again, I like to try to talk sense into folks here when they start getting kind of crazy with FOMO. It's easy to do, but again, this coin has tremendous potential, so we'll see what's going on with that. Again, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, hope you can learn something here today. You want to make a request, jump on over to our request section on our Discord. Congrats to our community members here for some phenomenal profit. We take a look here. Audio 202%, EDU 30%. That was a short. Bitcoin long 62%. That was a 5-day trade from 37 to 42,000. XRP 42%. Chainlink 61. VeChain, Cardano, Cartesi, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Terra Classic 263%. These all are profits within the last 24 hours. So again, congrats to our community members for sticking with it. Again, swing trades may not happen for a couple months or sometimes only 5 or 6 days, but that's essentially the plan, right? Set it and forget it. Don't even worry about it. We also have a Premium Plus group here too with a lot of just scalping trades with an automated trading bot. It's a conversation for another day, of course. All those details are linked down below with cryptocash.tech. So let's go ahead and go with the daily here. Start with the moving averages. We're going to be above all 4, which makes sense considering the circumstances. Truly a bullish scenario. MACD, RSI, money flow index, everything is up above 70 and converging nicely. So there's literally nothing here that's potential downside. You can see here, of course, where the previous day close here. This is a kind of an indication that this was a resistance level, broken, turned support, price took off. Okay, a really standard, normal thing that you see in crypto trading. Happens in traditional markets too, just not quite as aggressive. Okay, so speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the 4-hour time frame, because this is like the best time frame to kind of understand generally what's going on, because it takes the hourly data, translates a few hours, and to effectively give us an understanding of what's going on. It's my best, most appropriate swing trading time frame. And the reason why, because it gives you just an accurate assessment of what's going on. I literally only use the daily 4-hour and the hourly charts, occasionally the 15-minute for confirmation with my CC Golden Indicator. But again, those are just little things that I do to touch on. So again, keep it simple is the easiest way to understand it. Some folks are overcomplicating cryptocurrency. It's not that difficult. Risk tolerance is really where the money's at, though. If you understand how to properly set up your trades, you're going to be in a whole other position. Again, I talk about that in my trading university, but for this conversation here, truly bullish. There's, again, nothing here that we can see that is crazy out of ordinary. The thing we do want to recognize, of course, is overextension in situations like this, and also take a look at the volume. We have a significant amount of volume up over the current moving average. Until it dies down, I would not consider shorting this coin. If we take a look at the moving averages again, we're above all 4, nothing to worry about there. But when we get to TD sequential, we can see we are a bit on the overextended side. So let's talk about this. First of all, TD sequential just takes a series of candles and counts up from the 4th previous. So, this is higher than the 4th previous, so on and so forth, continues upwards. But when you hit a 9, the price is supposed to pull back or start to taper off. It continues to crank up higher as volume increases. Coincidentally, we see a lot of extreme volume circumstances right when 9s occur. So it's when things are overextended that the bulls really truly like to shove the price in your face. In other words, folks probably started shorting here considering it was overextended and it was up over 70 in the RSI. The logic would tell you it's going to pull back, but that's not really what you do. You don't use logic in trading, specifically cryptocurrency. It has no place here. All right, so what I'm getting at is that we are in a perfect position right now where the price bounced off 70 in the RSI, price continuing higher. We consolidated nicely here for about 12 hours. While it's not the cleanest ever, it's still a good situation. And what I mean by that is if we take a look at the hourly, this is where you can kind of see how things played out. So first of all, price ramps up here, comes up to reject off of this resistance level. Again, keep in mind this is a weekly and monthly close / candle high. Okay, so this is an extremely important point. 1, 2, 3, 4, And now the 5th attempt it breaks through, price comes down to almost bounce off that level and continue higher. So it's a very standard practice when the price blasts through a resistance and then comes back down to retest it. You can see the same thing happened here, where the price retests this support at 0.5 in Fibonacci and continued higher. The long story short here is that if the price does pull back, it may not be an aggressive pullback. It'll be to 0.382, 0.5, or 0.618. So to clarify here, this is a little off, but what we want to do is, you know what, let's just make it a little easier. It's off because the price keeps going higher as I drew the charts out. So to make it simple, let's actually adjust this a little bit higher. And let's recognize here that 0.382 is roughly that 2,000 mark. I'm going to say, 2170 rather. 2,000 is 0.5. So the common place for the price action to retrace is between 0.382 and 0.5. Okay, those are really super normal places. Am I saying the price is going to drop to that level? No, but if it doesn't continue much higher here soon, that would be a place in which we'd probably expect the price to pull back. Again, that would be under the impression that we lose this tentative support level. I want to emphasize the word tentative because, again, 2350 is a close approximate. It's tentative because of the fact that we haven't truly closed above that level on the weekly or the monthly, so we can't establish that as a support level yet. But again, as price action moves sideways, we will. So the truth here is that you would probably be better off taking a long position with this coin than the short. But at this point right now, the way I see it, even though everything's pointing up, it's still kind of a coin flip because we are overextended. It should pull back, but it hasn't yet. Okay, let's take a quick look at TD sequential. We're at a second 9 on TDS. So if we take a look here, we ramp up to a 9, consolidate, push up to another 9, consolidate, retrace, push up to another 9. So we've had literally 3 9s in a row. The likelihood of a pullback is greater. Okay. So again, when I see something like this, I lean a little bit more towards a short than a long, but I'm not going to short into a coin that has this much volume. This is just crazy. So, I mean, you're kind of flipping a coin if you're jumping into this coin right now. So literally, if that's what you're planning to do, then the coin flip should go in your favor to the upside more so. But again, we have massive overextensions here. But there's absolutely no reason to close your position because the Ichimoku cloud tells us that we're in a green light here for any potential long situation, which basically implies that a short would make no sense at all. Okay. So I would just say hesitate on the shorts. If you're planning to take a long, consider a long here at about 2350, 2170, and or 2000. Okay? Those would be the 3 points in which I would consider the price action to come and bounce off. Okay. So again, I'll post this playout chart on my Twitter, Telegram, and or Discord. You'll see, of course, charts that look a little something like this on my Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. Be sure to check them out. Like and follow if you could. Actually help us grow the community here by liking the video as well if you are finding benefit. I know it wasn't like a definitive answer because you can't have that in trading all the time. Sometimes it's either going to go up, down, sideways, or unsure. When I'm unsure, again, I'm building a case in this situation here against trying to take a trade. I don't have any full-on confirmation that I like to take a trade with. Minus a few trend lines and some ascending trends. There's not a lot here, honestly, that I'd want to consider taking a trade with. So just be careful with the high leverage and make sure that you are careful using a high position size. We always recommend low position size for our trades. Again, just some thoughts there. Future reference too, if you are using BingX, or I think you're probably using MEXC if you are using WOJAK. While this exchange doesn't offer this, they don't have a VPN KYC requirement like BingX does, MEXC Global, and a few others. Okay, so if you're in a restricted country, best exchange possible. This is phenomenal. Use my link below for a nice, healthy benefit reward there, and you'll see this is a great exchange. They have trailing stop losses and some really cool features. So be sure to check that out. Link down below for that. But other than that, honestly, I would just be careful. Again, easy to say, but just pump the brakes. I prefer to kind of stay on the sidelines when coins are doing this right now, just because it's too much volatility for my blood, but I'm more of a conservative and consistent trader. I prefer not to have massive ebbs and flows and damage to my wallet or portfolio. Okay. All right, folks, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.